Let's have a look at the function of the expert witness. So the expert witness guides the court to a correct decision on questions which fall within that expert's specialized field. To that end, the expert witness has a duty to provide the court with abstract or general knowledge concerning his or her discipline and the criteria necessary to enable the court to form its own independent judgment by the application of the criteria to the facts proved in evidence. So in a nutshell, we have a relationship there between the expert witness and the court, which is beginning to emerge. And what's important in that context is the actual role of the expert. So we can see that the expert witness guides the court. That's a very helpful way to think of it as an expert or a legal representative who's leading an expert. The expert witness guides the court to the correct decision on questions which fall within that expert's specialized field. So the interplay between the court and the expert is that the expert will act, I always think of it as something almost in the role of an assessor. In other words, almost on the bench. And for that reason, they need to be unbiased, they need to be objective and trustworthy. So ideally, that relationship between judge and expert should be at that level, because the judge is actually yielding his or her control of that aspect of the intellectual content of the case, whether it's evidence or whether it's a technical aspect, but relies on the expert for that guidance. And that is why the expert witness has a duty to provide the court with abstract or general knowledge concerning his or her discipline and the criteria necessary to enable the court to form its own independent judgment. So ultimately, at the end of the day, after the expert has performed his or her role, it's up to the court to go away and reflect on what the expert has said and to decide whether to accept or not what the expert has said. But ultimately, it's for the judge to form their own judgment. There are various cases. There's an interesting article by Professor Laram, De Rebus, May 2015. Beware the hired gun. Are expert witnesses unbiased? Very interesting question. And it might be nice to invite Professor Laram to see if he would just talk to us and give an interview based on his article. I'll follow up on that. And then the next point is, in essence, the expert witness assists the court in reaching a conclusion on matters on which the court itself does not have the necessary knowledge to decide. That really is the heart of why the expert is being called. It's because the court simply doesn't have that insight or experience. That then is the function of the expert witness.